Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's discussion stream. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome to the live stream. Tonight I will be doing our typical Monday/Tuesday live stream. Tonight I will be discussing a couple of things that I haven't really talked about over the past 2 weeks. Last week I didn't do a talk stream either, so I do have a topic from last week that I want to cover. But tonight I will be talking about Modern Warfare and their $20 microtransaction watch that they just had to sneak into the game because, of course, Activision always has to do shady shit like that. I want to talk about Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot saying that Wonder Woman is for boys and girls. It does not just go one way. I also want to discuss Ghostbusters Afterlife and kind of the initial first reactions to Ghostbusters, and also the fact that it's already kind of being attacked. Not only the fans are being attacked, but the movie is being attacked as well, and not for reasons that really matter. Because people are angry that they did not decide to go the same route and go the all-female cast this time around, because it is not a Ghostbusters follow-up from the 2016 version. And I also just want to discuss DRM. We all know kind of how like GOG is DRM free, and unfortunately a whole game, a Tron game, has become unplayable because of DRM. So
Jesus Christ, you about gave me a heart attack.
Jeez.
Had the stream up and minimized on second monitor.
Did the donation notification just pop up? I don't think that it popped up here. Let me redo that really quickly. There we go. It popped up this time.
Jesus Christ, you about gave me a heart attack. Had the stream up and minimized on second monitor.
Good. Thank you for the $5 donation, Rhett. I very much so appreciate it. I'm sorry I scared the shit out of you. Next time, close your tabs. Close your tabs, my friends. Ghostbusters 2016 no longer exists. Well, people are very angry that they did not go for an all-female cast. And the reason why they're saying they didn't go with an all-female cast this time is absolute bullshit. But those are the topics we will be discussing tonight. But before we start, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Not so micro? Yeah, they're not so microtransactions. Of course, we all know how Activision Blizzard is. We know what they do to games. And Modern Warfare started out fairly good. The new Ghostbusters and Top Gun movies look like they will be awesome, especially Top Gun. Top Gun, I'm a little bit weary about just because we don't really know a lot of information on it. Well, both of them I am a little bit worried about just because we don't have a lot of information on them, but I am very excited for both of them, yes. I do have to say, though, unpopular opinion, I personally am kind of getting a little bit worn out with them remaking movies, them rebooting franchises that have been done for years, or them just completely just like spinning off of the original like cast in the original movies. I'm just getting sick of them not coming up with anything original anymore. It's the same with video games, though. We see with video games, they're constantly remastering games, they're remaking games. It's just like the past couple of years have been like the years of nostalgia. And I'm fairly worn out with it, though. I think that most of like what we're seeing with movies is good, but we have seen a couple of duds. Same, I'd rather see new stuff. I completely think that it's okay to kind of like reboot things and use these franchises. I don't want them to go completely to waste. I personally am just a little bit tired with seeing the same thing over and over. Alright, let us start with tonight's first topic. Modern Warfare will show you your death-kill ratio for $20. I am someone that purchased Modern Warfare at launch. I played it at launch. I have been playing it. And I thought that it started out pretty good. Of course, we know with Black Ops 4, right from the get-go, it had a lot of problems with microtransactions that a lot of people didn't like. And I personally thought Modern Warfare started out really good. Of course, they did add in, 3 weeks ago, the Battle Pass system. So you pay $10, you get special rewards while you level up. And I'm not opposed to things like that because I do think they are worth the value. You pay $10, $20 for, you know, like, usually they last for like a month or two, and then the next month you buy another one. It's kind of like a subscription, in a sense. It's like a monthly subscription, because as you level up, you get new rewards and whatnot, and I don't think that's necessarily like a bad idea. Though, what they have decided to do with Modern Warfare is strip away essential features and try to sell them to you. And that is a big problem that I have, is when they take away core mechanics that have been in past games, and like every game entry into a series, and then they just rip it away and then try to sell it to you. Modern Warfare finally offers players the ability to see their death count during matches, but was once a staple of Call of Duty, now comes at a price. When the game launched, I personally was someone that really noticed that, like, in-game, you couldn't see your death count, because I'm someone that likes to look at my stats during games. I like to see how I'm doing. If I'm on a streak, I like to see kind of like what my streak is and how it's going. But when they kind of took it away, I was so worried that something shady was going to happen, because you don't strip away essential features like seeing your KD, but of course, they did it. And they finally decided to show us how they're going to monetize it. In past Call of Duty games, the in-game scoreboard for a standard multiplayer mode like TDM would show each player's kills, deaths, and assists. At any point during the match, of course, you could hit the menu button and a pop-up on the scoreboard and view their stats. Many players have appreciated this simple feature, as it can be a great way to check their progress and determine if they need to adjust their playstyle. This is in any FPS. It shows you your KD. Any FPS. Please, besides Modern Warfare, tell me what game in multiplayer doesn't show your KD, or doesn't tell you your KD, or tells you half of it. Here are your kills, you can't know your death, or vice versa. Unfortunately, deaths are not tracked on Modern Warfare's scoreboard during most standard modes. The scoreboard only shows the kills and assists for each player. How many deaths each player has racked up is now a surprise, save for the final scoreboard that shows after the match is concluded. I thought at first that maybe they did it because they didn't want people to really focus on their stats. They just wanted them to have fun, to play the game, to not worry about that. But at the same time, there are people that do play these games competitively that do, of course, want to know their records and know their score, know their KD, because it is important to them. You can't improve if you don't know what you were supposed to be improving on. The community has been very vocal about its dislike of the removal of such a simple and constant feature within Call of Duty's multiplayer, but death counts remain absent from the in-game scoreboards of most modes. They ripped it away, and here we go. Here's the monetization. That upset has now grown that the cosmetic store for December's Season 1 content drop features a watch that tracks the player's kills and deaths. The Time to Die watch is found within the Mother Russia bundle, which is a 10-piece cosmetic collected priced at 2,000 Call of Duty points or $20. This is another problem that I have. If you are going to sell something like this, first of all, you shouldn't sell something like this. You should not make people pay $20 for a basic feature in a game. But if you are going to, I will give you one chance. Make it $5. $5 is an accessible price. $5, that's it. You don't bundle it with anything, and that's what they are doing. You have to pay $20 for a cosmetic bundle. But that's the problem. It's not just a cosmetic bundle. It has an item in it that actually does things and does change how your match could play out. It does have a basic feature in it. If they are going to sell something like this, I think they should sell it at $5. I don't think they should sell it at all. But to give them the benefit of the doubt, if they had to sell it, $5. Accessible, easy price, not too expensive, and you're not forcing people to purchase other things with it. There aren't any stat-boosting DLC items in Modern Warfare, so this doesn't give the owner of the watch any other gameplay advantages, but Seeing's one death count should be made available to all players, not just those willing to pay for it. I 100% agree. Modern Warfare's Battle Pass is a huge step up from the loot box nightmares of last year's Black Ops 4, but it seems outlandish to have a watch in a $20 cosmetic bundle provide a lacking staple of Call of Duty's in-game scoreboard. Whether this was orchestrated to sell cosmetics or completely unintentional, the fact remains that a DLC watch is now the only way to see your death count in most game modes. I think that this writer from Kotaku, I think that their thoughts are spot on, but I think that this last paragraph is kind of bullshit. Whether this was orchestrated to sell cosmetics or completely unintentional, it's not completely unintentional. Of course it's not unintentional. They removed a basic feature from a game. They had to look at this game and go, what could we strip away to resell to these damn idiots? What can we resell to all these people to make a little bit more money? Of course they had to look at it and it was intentional. I think that if they want to offer a $20 watch that is a cosmetic, that is a special skin, okay, I can see that a little bit more. But I think that there should be a way in the game without paying money to receive this item, to receive a watch. And I do also think that, of course, they could have put it in the Battle Pass. If you're going to, again, strip away basic features of a game, put it in the Battle Pass. You're paying $10 a month, or whatever it is, like the $10 for the leveling up for the Battle Pass. Put it in the Battle Pass. Make it a super high level so that people have to consistently play the game, and then they receive it. I just think everything surrounding this is absolutely ridiculous. I think that it is ridiculous in the way that Activision has monetized this. I think that while talking about this, have given them quite a few fair options. If you're going to make a watch, have an accessible option that people don't have to play for, that they can receive in game. If you're going to make them pay for it, put it in the Battle Pass. If you're going to make them pay for it, put it as a single item in the shop. But they have done none of this. This is my problem, is that they are trying to push it off as if it's not important. They're putting it in a bundle with cosmetic items, like, oh, it's just another cosmetic item. You don't really need it. Or, oh, yeah, you have to buy all of this unnecessary stuff to receive this. As a Call of Duty player and as someone that plays a lot of these games, I don't want to buy cosmetics. I very rarely in games buy cosmetics unless it's an MMO and I'm really enjoying the game and I really just want that extra look. I don't think that you should be forcing people to buy cosmetics in a first-person shooter game. I think that that is absolutely ridiculous, and I just think it's ridiculous with the way they monetize this. It's really poor, really disappointed with Activision. Then again, should we have expected more from Activision? No. I thought that it was great that they, did the Battle Pass system instead of the loot box system that they did in Black Ops 4. Of course, people really dislike loot boxes, and overall, their loot boxes in Black Ops 4 were awful. They were terrible. So I am glad that they're not doing the loot boxes again, but is stripping away essential features for a player and reselling them to the player. Is that okay? And I don't think so. I just think that this is bad of Activision Blizzard doing this. Reaper says it's like fighting games now. In my time, you played the game to unlock characters. Now you pay for them. Exactly. That's a problem, is all of these games are changing because they want money. All of these studios, all of these publishers, they just want more money. So they are willing to make it so you play less, but you pay more. That's not okay to me. I would much rather play more and pay less. But that's not what they want. Playing to them doesn't matter. Okay? Look at Dead or Alive 6. I talk about Dead or Alive 6 quite a bit, mainly because of the controversy surrounding it. But look at the game itself. On Steam, that game has, 250 players. That was their peak the other day when I made the past video on Dead or Alive 6 on Rachel. It had the peak number of players for the past 24 hours was like 250. But yet they have like $1,000 in microtransactions. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure. It could be more, it could be less. Don't quote me on that, but you get what I mean. They're willing to throw in, season passes and DLC and characters and cosmetics, yet they don't even have enough players to stabilize that. Yes, of course, PC, there's less fighting game players, there's a lot of more on the consoles, but it's still the fact that they're willing to monetize anything that they can, yet they don't have the players to back that up. To quote It's a Gundam, gonna be wondering one day why you gotta pay $5 to get into your option menu. One day, they're gonna do that. They're gonna make it so, like, you have to buy saves, and every time you save, it pauses the game. So, like, if you run out of saves, you can't save the game, but you also can't pause the game, so you have to sit there and play. Oh my gosh, please don't do that. Wait, I shouldn't have said that, because now they're gonna do that. If a game comes out in the next 2 years that does that, please blame me, because someone's obviously watching this live stream and giving them ideas. Dead or Alive 6 has 2.5 million whales on PS4 Asia, including to Koei conference call. Right, like I said, you know, on consoles in different regions, there's so many more players. But it's still the fact that they are willing to push out anything that they can, squeeze you for any little bit of money that you can. But it doesn't matter to them how many people are playing. Dang, Vera, she's angry tonight. Note to self, don't anger Vera. Hello, 007. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Vera's wrath. I get mad. I get mad at a lot of things. I get mad at censorship. I get mad at corporate greed. Those are like the two main things that upset me. It's like corporate greed, and when corporations do something for the wrong audiences. But yeah, overall, I do like that they've done the Battle Pass system. I think that it's better than the loot box system. But I just think that $20, stripping players from basic necessities for a game just to resell to them is bullshit. I like the game. I have played Modern Warfare. I've put in, I don't know how many hours, probably like 40 hours, 50 hours. I'm not sure how many hours I've put into Modern Warfare, but I've put a lot of hours into Modern Warfare, and I like the game. It's just the fact that they do stuff like this that upsets me, and it's not even just with Modern Warfare and Activision, it's with so many companies now. They will do anything to make a buck off of their players. I'm glad there's someone like you fighting for us. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're here, listening to my ranting. I appreciate it. But that's all that I had to talk about with Modern Warfare. The next thing that I will be discussing is Wonder Woman. Let me see. Should I make this smaller? I probably should make it. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Alright. The next thing we will be discussing is Wonder Woman. There we go. I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on Wonder Woman because I haven't yet. I thought Wonder Woman, we're talking about the movies here. We're not talking about the comic book character. We're talking about the movies and what they've adapted on with the movies. I thought the first movie was amazing. I thought it was really good. I think Gal is an amazing Wonder Woman. I think that she is sexy, she's intelligent, she's a great actress, and she knows how to hold herself. And yes, at first she didn't know a lot about Wonder Woman, and she even admitted that, but I think that she has grown into the part so well, and I just think that she's played Diana amazingly. I think that she has done a fantastic job. I thought that 1 was a pretty solid plot. I thought that it was pretty good. I thought the acting and the script, of course, was good. And I think that 2 looks good right now. Of course, we don't know too much about it. We've seen one trailer from 1984. We've seen, like, the main villains, Cheetah, and who else was it? Who else was it? I don't remember who else it was. But the plot looks a little odd. It looks, we don't know. We're not sure, but it kind of looks like it's a time travel or alternate universe type of story, which doesn't necessarily bother me. It does look good. I am a little bit skeptical of it, though. I'm someone that is skeptical of all movies before they come out, but I think that it's going to overall be a good movie. But Gal believes Wonder Woman is for boys and girls. It goes both ways. We hear so much people preaching inclusivity. Everything needs to be more inclusive. And I agree with that. I don't think inclusivity is a bad thing. I don't think things should be exclusive. But the problem is that so many people say things should be more inclusive, but fuck the men. Inclusivity by exclusivity isn't a thing. It doesn't work that way. You can't preach inclusiveness by excluding specific people that you don't like. or that you think or the plague of the world. It doesn't work that way. And I think that this statement from Gal was pretty interesting. Gal Gadot took an inclusive position on playing Wonder Woman this week when an interviewer broached the topic of how empowering the character is for women and young girls. Of course, Wonder Woman is a very empowering character. She is kind of the definition of strength in just... I also want to say femininity, because Wonder Woman has always been a very feminine yet strong character. She's always been that. So I do think that, yes, Wonder Woman in general, just the image of Wonder Woman is very empowering for women and young girls. But talking with Entertainment Tonight, Gadot was asked about playing an iconic character for the second time in Wonder Woman 1984 when she is the mother of 2 daughters. I think that she holds herself perfectly. Let me pause this real quick. She said, but I've got to tell you, it's not just for the girls. It is for the girls, but we can't reach the place where we are going to stop talking about females, men, women empowerment, feminism, and all of that before we work on both female and male. We cannot just empower women only by focusing on women. We also need to educate the boys and the men, so a young boy that goes to see this in the cinema, this amazing woman that does these amazing things, that he can believe a woman can do that. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways. I think that this is a great statement by her. I think it is amazing that she is saying, well, yes, of course, Wonder Woman is an iconic symbol for women and for females. You see so much empowerment around Wonder Woman, but it's not just for women. It's not just for females. It's not just for young girls. It is also for boys. It can go both ways. You don't need to be inclusive by excluding people. Her comments are counter to a lot of what we see and hear from Hollywood. Brie Larson said A Wrinkle in Time wasn't made for white dudes after the film failed at the box office, and later urged Hollywood to move faster on representation and diversity with superheroes. We see a lot of actors and actresses, like it says, like Brie Larson, saying, oh, this isn't made for white dudes. If you're a white dude, fuck off. If you're a white dude, this isn't made for you. Go watch something that's made for you. And I think what Gal said is amazing. Wonder Woman is not just a character for females. It is a character for men and boys as well. Larson conversely showed love for the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer, tweeting it and asking Siri how to travel through time to the June release date. Of course Brie Larson likes it, because Brie Larson was awful at her part. Brie Larson has been in very few movies that I like. I'll be honest, she was in One Room, I believe it was called. It was pretty good. I don't know if it won any awards, but it was pretty good. It was a psychological movie. It wasn't bad. I don't think that she's awful in every movie, but the problem with Brie Larson is that she plays one part, and she plays Brie Larson. It's kind of that way with Dwayne Johnson. When you see Dwayne Johnson, he's not playing this character or that character. He's playing The Rock. I mean, I would say it's the same with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves always plays Keanu Reeves, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't want anyone to think that that's a bad thing. It's just the fact that, of course, Brie Larson likes Wonder Woman because she didn't get the attention that Gal is getting, and she didn't get the critically acclaimed movie that she thought she was going to get. Yes, of course, Captain Marvel made a lot of money. And Brie Larson, I don't know if she won any awards for it, but of course it was a big movie. But she had so much backlash around that movie, and it's not even because of her part. It's not even because of her acting. It is because of the way that she acts. Hello, Dave. Oh, this is live. Was not expecting that. Yes, it is. Mondays/Tuesdays is usually a live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern. New DC Extended Universe stablemate Ian McGregor talked of subtle, everyday misogyny when discussing Birds of Prey's script and how much men need to be taught to change. I'm gonna say something that I say quite a lot. I don't think that these actors understand the changing of the times. So they're saying that everyone is so toxic now, like compared to 20 years ago. Toxicity around movies is so much more, and fans are so much toxic, so much more toxic. It's because of social media. It's not that people are more toxic, it's that you have to listen more to people's feedback. 20 years ago, we weren't using Twitter all of the time. We weren't using all of these forms of social media to voice our opinions on things. So of course it might seem more toxic now because you have such a larger variety of people that are talking about movies and they're talking about all of these things. Of course it seems more toxic because people can actually voice how they feel now. You're not just being fed thoughts and opinions by critics and by people that are being paid to give you a good review. Elizabeth Banks, proud of, as she says, of Charlie's Angels, still blamed men for her film's disappointing theatrical performance and wrote off Wonder Woman's success as the result of a genre males like. My bad. Again, of course it's the males, you guys. Oh no, when it comes to movies, it's always the male's fault. I don't think this at all. Wonder Woman, people really like. But of course, Charlie's Angels, people didn't like the remake. Birds of Prey, people are looking down on it because, of course, they're going with this narrative of fuck the men. Captain Marvel, of course. White men shouldn't watch this. This movie isn't for white dudes. When you attack a specific group of people, those people are not going to like what you are saying about them, so you're going to hear more negativity from them. And if your product is bad from the beginning, of course people aren't going to like it. I don't even like most of these movies that they're talking about, and I'm a female. Am I a misogynist now? Am I a toxic masculine? I don't know. I can't even come up with an insult for myself. You guys get the point, though. Am I just a misogynist now because I don't like these movies? Am I going to be thrown into that group as well? But Godot stands neutral and is drawing commendations for it. I think that this is great. I agree with this YouTuber that it is masterful, and she added she went out of her way to correct what the interviewer was alluding to. Gal is a woman who has $2, right? 2 daughters, right? Girl power. He continued, boys, girls, and everyone who can enjoy Wonder Woman, a movie, or a character as long as the stories are good and not devoted to some facet of identity politics. I agree with this. I think that this redirection from Gal was great, and I do think that this is important to say. I am glad that we have an actress like her saying, just because I'm a strong, empowering female character doesn't mean I'm just for females. I'm for boys too. And yes, of course, she did say that, we need to educate young boys, but I think everyone can always be educated on something. I'm someone that believes everyone can always learn something new. So I don't think that that's a bad piece of the statement. A lot of people were like, well, her statement's a little bit iffy because, like the way that she's wording it, that like maybe men are stupid. I don't get that vibe from this. I think that she is completely trying to be inclusive, and I think that that's great. I think that she has a great point of view on this. And, I just really want to talk about that because it's positive. I do like when actors don't attack a specific group of people because their movie flopped or because they're a bad actor, and people don't like that. Of course, things seem more toxic because you actually have to listen to people now, and you actually have to look at their criticisms and look at what they like and what they dislike. I'm not even white, and I want white characters to stay white. I don't mind when they race swap or gender swap a character. I don't mind that. But what I don't like is when they do stuff like that to add a narrative to something because they have a secret agenda behind it, like kind of like Star Wars. I don't necessarily want to just say Star Wars, but it's the fact that, they always are pointing out that Rey's a female, and we even heard that like some of the posters for Star Wars say like they're like this is a movie that promotes like inclusivity and diversity and all of this. What's the point? Just write a story and that's it. Don't write a story and then cut certain things out and then paste certain things in because you want it to have a certain agenda or a certain narrative or to be aim towards someone specifically, because that is when movies go bad, and that is when media goes bad, and people don't like it. No, we don't need to educate men and boys. Women need to leave men the fuck alone. I don't necessarily think that. I think that everyone can be educated on specific things. I think that that's just a more negative way to look at it. I think that everyone can always learn something. Even if it is about inclusivity and diversity. I don't think that inclusivity and diversity is a bad thing. I just think it's not a great thing when it's placed in something to add a specific narrative to something, so they can push it a specific way and they can twist and turn it to the way that they want it to be. I mean, that's my opinion though. Of course, you guys are free to have your own opinion. I'm not pushing my opinion on anyone else. You can play a drinking game by how much toxic comes up at this point. No matter what we're talking about, there's always someone spinning it as something toxic. There's always someone baiting these actors into saying something. In this case, it kind of sounds like they were trying to bait her into saying, yeah, of course it's for women. It's only for women and stuff. But she knows that it's more than that. And I think that that's great. I think that she is not just a great actress, but I think that she holds herself so well. Gal is feminine, she's sexy, she's strong, she's independent. She is what, we want these women that are portraying these iconic characters to be. I can't imagine a better Wonder Woman. I think that she's amazing at the part and she plays her really well. I mean, I like her. I think that she's good. I think she's better than Brie Larson is. Hot take. It's not a hot take. I just think that Brie Larson is what you don't want to be representing these characters. I'm saying you need to leave men alone. Well, that's your opinion. What do you think of Final Fantasy X's 2P butt nerf? Man, butt nerfs. It's the worst. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome? That's awful. Don't get it twisted. I didn't mean it's awesome. No. I'm not for censorship. It's awful. Hello, Ethan. How are you doing? I hope that you're having a fantastic night. Welcome to the stream, everyone. All right. That's all I really wanted to talk about with Wonder Woman. Something more positive. I think she's a great actress. Maybe I'm a fangirl. Maybe I'm not. What do you guys think? I mean, I think she handled the situation pretty well. Alright, the next topic we shall be discussing is another Bounding Into Comics article. Fuck that Ghostbusters trailer. You don't reward regressive fanboys. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my thoughts on the article. Let's move on. There's always got to be someone attacking fans and attacking people that are passionate about something. Like me. I was attacked on Twitter earlier for saying the new Star Wars spoilers and for saying I think the spoilers sound like shit. Everyone instantly started saying, well, you don't really care about Star Wars because all you do is hate on it. If I didn't give a shit about Star Wars, why would I talk about it? I'm talking about things like Star Wars because I care about them. I care about their future, and I care that they're good. The movies are good, that they don't ruin it. When it comes to censorship in the gaming industry, I talk about censorship in the gaming industry because it's important to me. If it wasn't important to me, why the hell would I talk about it? I'm not someone that is going to talk about something because I just want to look at it at a negative point of view. I genuinely care about these things, and that's what fanboys do. They care about whatever it is that you're talking about or whatever it is that you're trying to ruin for them. People aren't just going to talk about things and call them bad because they feel like it. They have to genuinely care about what you're talking about and what they're talking about. Or why would they talk about it? NME journalist took to Twitter to decry the first Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. He wrote, "Fuck that Ghostbusters trailer. You don't reward regressive fanboys, many of whom created an atmosphere of racist, misogynist, toxicity that led to a leading lady leaving this platform by making the very film they wanted in the first place." We're all toxic, misogynist racists now because we thought a movie was bad. We're all toxic, racist, misogynists because we wanted Ghostbusters 3 and not Ghostbusters Female 2. This person is very, very angry that they did not remake or continue the story of Ghostbusters 2016, which of course was an all-female movie. People are attacking Ghostbusters Afterlife because they are going for the original plot, and they're not going with this let's throw females into everything because they saw how the first one did. He would also not be alone in his opinion. The editor of The Body stated, "Of course Ghostbusters Afterlife is about family and lineages and legacy and all of these other fucking white, patriarchal American values. It's literally a reaction to the idea of 4 women, including 1 black woman. The franchise must assert its real predecessor." He meant successor. "Everything happens for a reason. Watch the new trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife in theaters next summer. This, of course, is not to discount Ghostbusters 2016, a film that was unfairly attacked by the worst kind of humans, most of whom were men, because men are inherently emotional and irrational and get angry when women do anything. To which I say, go fuck yourselves, dudes. This is so far from the truth. First of all, the worst kind of humans. Let's look at this for a second. This person is mad because they did not go with the Ghostbusters 2016 number 2. They're mad because they're saying that men, the men, we'll put it in quotes because it was everyone, they're saying that these men didn't like this movie because it was all about females, and they're mad that they won't be inclusive and they won't make another movie just about females. But yet, is it very inclusive to say, fuck these dudes? These emotional cucks, practically, is what they're saying. These awful humans. That's not very inclusive to me. I don't think Ghostbusters 2016 was unfairly attacked. I'm gonna give you my hot take. I don't think that it was unfairly attacked. I think it was attacked because it was a bad movie. I think that the problem with it was, I think that it could have worked. I think that the all-female cast could have worked. But the problem is that at every move, during interviews, they talked about how they were all women. Oh, they had 1 black woman, and they had the diversity, and it's an inclusive movie. That is the problem, is that they took a movie and cut out the men, copy and pasted in females, and said, look, we're reinventing this because it's inclusive, because it has women. This is the problem. You write a movie and just go with it. If it's all females in it, good. If it's all men in it, good. The problem that happens is when they take something and they copy and paste. You know, they delete a part and then they paste in a new part. Oh, we need to remove this and then paste this part in. That's the problem, is when you go so far away from its original intention. Of course, people wanted Ghostbusters 3. Do you want to know why we want Ghostbusters 3? It's because Ghostbusters 1 was good. It's because this cast is full of amazing actors. The original cast of Ghostbusters were great actors. They knew what they were doing. They knew how to play their part. And the women in Ghostbusters 2016 had no clue what Ghostbusters even was. It's like they didn't even have any clue what it was. They're just like, yeah, look at us. We're women. Woo! No one wants to see that. People want to see deep stories that have meaning. Not these movies that are just like, oh, I'm a woman, so you should give me 5 Academy Awards and I should win a bunch of awards because I'm a woman. The Verge's Julia Alexander made it clear she disliked the trailer. The new Ghostbusters trailer looks awful, and I'm sorry that we kept making Finn Wolfhard play Finn Wolfhard in a different city. I'm gonna be honest, you know how I said earlier Keanu Reeves only plays Keanu Reeves? We have The Rock, which only plays The Rock in movies. Finn Wolfhard now only plays Finn Wolfhard. Only way I can imagine enjoying this is if I imagine Paul Rudd as Scott Lang and Ant-Man is just like, fuck it, it's time travel's real. Why not ghosts? The new Ghostbusters trailer looks awful, and I'm sorry that we keep making him play... Why did it say it twice? The real Ghostbusters 2020 looks better than Ghostbusters 2016 isn't about politics or gender. It's about the fact that the new film seems like a love letter made by a group of fans. And the 2016 film felt like something they made because they had a free summer. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. It's the fact that people are willing to attack something because their original idea didn't work. These are the type of people that wanted an all-female movie. They say they want inclusivity and they want diversity, yet when it comes to men, every other comment that they make is fuck the men. Men are ruining the industry. Men are ruining everything. This is the problem. You can't have inclusivity by excluding people. You just can't do that. We don't ultimately know what this movie will be like or what it will bring to the table, but hopefully the original cast will be more just than cameos. I at least hope. I hope that they really have good parts and they're fulfilling parts. We really see them on screen one last time together and it's good. But we do know that it's about legacy. It's a continuation of the original story, and we can see that at least from the trailer. I didn't think that the trailer was bad. I thought that the trailer was pretty good. It's got many references to the original movie. 2 of the main characters are the grandchildren of Egon, so all of those connections are there. It's not like it's just some random movie saying, oh hey, we're just gonna make a movie because we have nothing else original to make and we know that nostalgia sells. But at least we see the connection here, and that's what matters to me. We at least have heard Bill Murray's voice, and it's only the first trailer, so of course it would seem logical to me that they're trying to get us used to the new characters first before introducing us back to the original characters and all of that nostalgia. Of course it's that way. I wouldn't expect it to be any other way. But it's just the fact that people are hating on this because they're angry that they didn't go back to the all-women cast. Of course they're not going to. It didn't do good, and people didn't like it. And they're angry that people didn't like it, and if you didn't like it, now you're a toxic, misogynistic piece of shit. That's what it makes me angry, is when people are like, you know what, you just don't like it because of X, Y, and Z. That's what makes me angry. It's not because you just didn't like it. There's always got to be this reasoning behind why you don't like it. Is it because you're a racist? Is it because you're a misogynist? Is it because you hate women? Is it... You know, there's always something. It's never just, I just thought the plot was mediocre and the actors were mediocre overall. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It's never just that. It's always something more. It's always something more. It's never just like, oh, I just thought it was shit. It's always something. To play devil's advocate, there wasn't any comedy in the trailer, and it's just Ghostbusters Stranger Things. So, okay, I'll ask you a question. Do you think that it's Stranger Things because it's a group of kids? Because what we see, it's a group of kids fighting evil? Or do you think it's Stranger Things because Finn Wolfhard is the main, what seems to be like the main character in it? I'm gonna wait for your answer because I have a point to make depending on what you say. That's what I would ask. Is it because it's a group of all kids, or is it because it's Finn Wolfhard, or is it a mixture of both? They do want diversity and inclusivity for themselves. Exactly. Fuck the men, Vern 2019. I like men. I'll go on the record. I like men. Where are the SJWs? Where are they? Where's the attack coming from now? Because I said I like men. Oh, wait. I like women too. If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of a woman. I kind of like women. They're cool. See, it's always gotta be something. Vera's a lesbian theory status quashed. I like men and women. In real life. I'm not a misogynistic, toxic, racist. What else can we throw in there? Bigoted. I'm not good at this. I can't come up with insults on the fly. Vern is a woman confirmed. Oh no, it's confirmed. But to the point that Game Bob 64 said is a lot of people are saying this looks like Stranger Things. Is it because it's a group of kids? Because xenophobe, that's a good one. I mean, it's not a good one, but to add to the list. People are saying that it looks like Stranger Things because it's a group of 4 teenagers. Okay, then the Stranger Things looks like The Goonies. Everything is a ripoff of something. If you're saying that Ghostbusters Afterlife looks like Stranger Things, then Stranger Things looks like The Goonies, and then The Goonies... I mean, I think The Goonies was probably the first one to initiate, like, kids getting into trouble and doing something. See, because it's with the kids and it's Ghostbusters. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying, is because, like, people say that it looks like Stranger Things. Well, if it looks like Stranger Things, then we should say it looks like The Goonies, because The Goonies did it first. So, that's the thing with movies, is, like, everything is based off of something, which is why I try to not come to assumptions when I'm looking at movies or reading descriptions, because I'm someone that instantly thinks of, like, oh, well, that looks like that. Oh, so it's just, like, another copy of that. Yeah, Little Rascals. Everything's a copy of something. Yeah. What year was Little Rascals, even? Hot take. Please don't pop up with, like, a remake or something. Well, The Goonies was first, wasn't it? Yeah, Goonies was almost 10 years before Little Rascals. So we should say Ghostbusters Afterlife looks like Stranger Things, which Stranger Things is like Little Rascals, which Little Rascals took off from The Goonies. So, realistically, The Goonies should be able to copyright strike Ghostbusters Afterlife, is what I'm saying. They should do it. You should get on it. Richard Donner, you should get on it fast. You guys get my point though here. Oh, the TV show. Okay, fair. Yeah, that's from like the 50s or something. Batman is literally a ripoff of Zorro. See, we could do this all day though. That's the thing. Is like, oh, this is ripped off of this, and then like it just turns into this like spiral of. Everything's a ripoff of something. That's life. Fuck it. You know? That's all. Little Rascals is 1920. Little Rascals TV show. 1955. Okay, Our Gang was 1922. Yeah. The TV show was 55. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you all know what I mean, though. Like, even if my dates weren't completely correct and it was off by a couple years, you all know what I mean. Zorro's ripoff of every Mexican. Wow, Grizz. Wow. I mean, okay. Alright, moving into the next topic, something I want to say more positive, but unfortunately, it's not more positive. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. Oh, really quickly, I can give you guys some good news real quick. If you guys are a fan of Blade Runner, GOG got the rights to Blade Runner and published it today. They released it today on GOG. The 1997 Westwood game is on GOG. I've already bought it. Good news, right? Yes, that's the Old Westwood Blade Runner. They got rights to it and they put it on a modern OS. They released it today. Good news. See? See? I'm so playing this. I've never played it, but I've heard a lot about it. I, for years, wanted to play it, couldn't find a way to play it. It wasn't online at all, but I'm gonna play it now. Anyway, good news. Bad news now. Tron Evolution unplayable 8 years after launch due to DRM. Time to shill for GOG. I'm not a GOG shill, but GOG, please sponsor me. GOG is DRM free, no activation or online connection required to play, and these are bad times with DRM. Tron Evolution is a game with a rather familiar story these days. A license expires, a studio closes, or something else like that happens, and the game gets removed from Steam. What's a little more unusual is that the Secure ROM DRM license also appears to have lapsed, and the owners of the game are finding Tron Evolution entirely unplayable. I wanted to talk about this last week. I didn't do a discussion stream last week, but this is a very important topic to me. I talk about DRM a lot. Yesterday, someone said on Reddit, I decided to play Tron Evolution, maybe even practice speed running it. So I installed the game, tried to activate it. Game still uses Secure ROM DRM, and the serial key has expired. In reality, everyone who owns the game but doesn't have it installed and launched at least once right now can't play the game probably ever again. The Reddit submission goes on to state that the poster is unsure whether this is Secure ROM's or Disney's fault. Just so you guys know, there has not been an update since this article. I did look into it, so of course we don't know any more information besides what is in here, even though it was 2 weeks ago. What they do know is that many, if not all, serial keys have been revoked, effectively rendering the game entirely unplayable. There is a solution to the problem, but it's not the most ideal for someone who owns it looking to do a fresh install. From what I understand, not confirmed, the only way to be able to play it is to have it installed and activated before it all happened. After uninstalling the game, you have to deactivate the key, so reinstalled game won't work either. Typically, games removed from Steam are only removed from the storefront. People who have already purchased games are still able to access them and even reinstall them if they are deleted. However, DRM laid on top of the actual product could potentially render a game unplayable, which seems to be what's happened here. Following through to the linked discussions, it looks like the game's Secure ROM subscription ended, and now no one can validate new installs. This is a completely awful situation. This is why I buy every game that I can from sites like GOG. The game was delisted from Steam back in April, but installation was still working until October or so. Hello, Kevin. I hope you're having a good night. On the other hand, it looked like the protection was cracked a long time ago, the comment continued. Stinks that legit owners would have to go down just to track it. Would have to go track that down just to play their game now. The situation with Tron Evolution is deeply unfortunate and shows the other edge of the double-sided sword of DRM. Hopefully, someone in a position of authority will be able to resolve this problem in a way that satisfies paying customers. I hate to say it, I highly doubt this game is ever going to be put back online, and that is so disappointing to hear. This is the problem with DRM, is that you get your game ripped away from you. You cannot reinstall it, you cannot purchase it anymore. If you uninstall it, you cannot reinstall it. This is a problem. I haven't heard many people talk about this situation, and it's just sad. It's just sad that this would happen. I am someone that does, unfortunately, purchase a lot of digital games now. Of course, as a YouTuber and someone that streams a lot of games, I do definitely have to buy a lot of digital games, especially where I'm streaming on PC. I play on PC most of the time, so it is very disappointing to me that I can't buy a lot of physical games, but I own a lot of physical media. I am someone that thinks new games should still come out on physical media. I think that having a hard copy of something is so very important, especially when it comes to situations like these, because you would have that physical good, you would have that piece of technology. No one can just rip it away from you. That is why I purchase a lot from GOG. Of course, I think that every digital platform has their problems. I think that CD Projekt Red is a great company though, and GOG is a great is a great website. Like I said before, they put Blade Runner up. I definitely purchased it because I support DRM free websites, and GOG is one of the only ones really online. And I think that's so, I think that's so very important. And we're seeing, unfortunately, a game become unplayable 8 years after launch due to DRM. And you have to consider, 8 years isn't long. To not be able to play a game from 8 years ago isn't long at all. Like, we're talking about, like, not even a decade. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. We've gone through one wave of console changes since then. I mean, this is just ridiculous in my mind, but it's disappointing to hear. I didn't own the game. I didn't own it on Steam or anything. But if you did, you can't play your game anymore. And don't you dare uninstall it, or else you'll never be able to play it again. But those are all of the topics that I had to discuss tonight, guys. You guys know usually my Monday/Tuesday night discussion streams are about an hour long, so that is all I had to talk about. But I will stick around and chat for 10 or 15 minutes and really just talk to you guys. So if you were here for the content in the articles, thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do not think that Tony's been here. I did receive 2 packages in the mail from Tony. But he's not here, so I'm not going to open them unless he pops up. Hello, Blue. How are you doing? I support Pirate Bay. I don't condone that. I don't condone being a pirate. That's bad. Not gonna take it seriously. Bear, have you heard of the new Vampire the Masquerade game? I have. I have not played it. I think it's on sale right now, isn't it? Guys, why don't we just, like, scroll down GOG for a minute? Why not? I think it's on GOG, isn't it? Vampire the Masquerade. Bloodlines is $20. Bloodlines 2 is still $60. Well, because it's coming soon, but usually they do, like, pre-order sales for a lot of games like that. Bloodlines is $20. Redemption is $6. And Bloodlines 2 coming soon. When does this come out? December 31st, 2020. Okay, so like next year. Okay. I thought it was coming out sooner than that. Pre-order now. Maybe I should pre-order it. Yeah, found your channel the other day. Thought you were cool. Well, I am glad that you found the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing and hanging out. I definitely appreciate it. I condone being a pirate in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Pirate games. Oh my gosh, I can't talk tonight. Assassin's Creed games got shit after 3. Hot take. I haven't touched one since that. I tried to play someone else's Odyssey for like an hour. I couldn't do it. I condone being a pirate in Pillars of Eternity too. Yes, I condone that too. I don't support it either. Good. We shouldn't support being a pirate. We shouldn't do that. Pillars of Eternity 2 is a great game. That is a great... Pillars of Eternity is just great. I love Pillars. Deadfire. It's great. It's 50% off right now. I'm not trying to shill for GOG, but it's 50% off right now. It's a pretty good price. Black Flag is great. I never really got into Black Flag. I tried it, but I never really got into it. If you guys did not know, I currently am playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That is the video game that I am streaming right now. We are, like, I don't want to say a third into it, but we're, like, between a third and a fourth of the way into it. So after I finish that game on live stream, I will be looking for another video game to play and video game to stream. I usually have one playthrough going on at all times. So if there is another video game that you guys are interested in seeing me, live stream after that game, please let me know. Just so you guys know, just so I tell you guys, because the holidays next week is a little bit weird, next Monday night I will be doing a discussion stream. Mondays or Tuesdays I do this type of stream once a week. Next Monday I will be doing the discussion stream, just so you guys know. But of course Tuesday, well, I'm not sure like the other days that I'll be streaming next week, but I do know that next week I will have another discussion stream. And this Thursday or Friday I'll probably stream again. Friday I'll most likely be doing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, just so you guys know. But just so you know, if you're here for discussion streams next Monday, I will be doing another one. Live stream Pillars. My problem with live streaming something like Pillars, it's the same thing with like Dragon Quest or like Baldur's Gate. These games are so long that I like to stream games that are like 20 hours and under. Because I like to be able to finish them on stream. And if I'm streaming a 100-hour long game, I most likely won't finish it on stream. And I like to do a full playthrough for you guys. So I probably won't stream something like that. I love like Pillars and, you know, Baldur's Gate and all those games though. Any Q&As? I am doing a supporter-only Q&A. If you guys do not know, I have a Patreon, and where you can become a supporter, or if you donate to the channel, you become a supporter of the channel. I am doing a supporter Q&A probably within the next couple of days. If you have any questions to ask, go to Patreon and let me know them, or also go into the Discord supporter-only channel, and I will be answering them during a video within the next couple of days. There it is if anyone's interested. I have tiers for just $1 a month. You can support the channel and support what I do if you guys enjoy. There's my self-show. Oh, make sure to like the stream too. And if you haven't seen today's video and you like Star Wars spoilers, go and check that out because I spoiled the Star Wars movie for you all. True, they're long. That's my problem with playing, like, those types of games because they're so long. Like, I play them on my own. I play them off of stream. But I just don't want to stream like a 100-hour long game. I've gotten so many requests for like Dragon Quest 11 and I love that game, but I just don't want to do a 100-hour long live stream. Well, Dragon Quest 11 isn't 100 hours, but you know, anything above 20 hours, yeah. Wait, Star Wars spoilers? Where? Today's newest video, I talked about the new Rise of Skywalker spoilers. Practically, there were a lot, or basically, there were images posted online of the movie itself, which do all but confirm the leaks that have been going on. So I read through the leaks and read through the script. Mainly the ending of the script, just so you guys know how it ends. If you are interested in watching that, that is today's video that I've gotten attacked over. Because everyone's like, oh, someone that's not gonna go watch the movie, even though they're gonna say they were dragged to the movie theater. And of course, they're saying all I do is hate on things, even though they judged me by one video and not the 800 other videos I have up on my channel. Well, I mean, a fourth of those are live streams, but 800 videos on my channel. And you judge me on one. People. How about a 650-hour campaign? I mean, I've probably put that into Star Wars: The Old Republic. Just to let you guys know, I restarted playing the Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO. Yeah. I used to be obsessed with it, and when I really started doing YouTube, like, streaming constantly, I decided I'm gonna step back because I was so obsessed with it. I've put hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into that game on cosmetic microtransactions. It's an EA game, I know, I'm sorry. But let's just say I haven't been playing any other games since I started playing it again the other day. Folks kept seeing Doomcock was lying about the leaks. So the leaks, a lot of them did originate from Doomcock. Now, I'm just going to say, I don't think that, like, anyone's lying when they're talking about leaks. My thing is, like, I just don't want to believe them. Unless I see proof, I don't believe things. So when it comes to Doomcock and his leaks, of course I'm not going to say I don't believe him or I think he's lying. Just for me, like, I would rather see evidence. And because we finally saw the pictures, which also coincide with the script and the plot, I do believe it. It's not like I would ever call him a liar or anything, or anyone that talks about leaks. I'm just someone that likes to see the evidence, in a sense. The Rise of Skywalker is going to be awful. I'm considering going to see it just for the shits, but I don't want to give them my money. Like, I should buy a ticket to something else and then sneak in. What do you guys think? Think I could do it? I'm pretty stealthy. Did you play Jedi Fallen Order? What did you think? I did. Hold on one second.
Did you open your Xmas gifts?
Oh no, it's the eats. Oh no. Is it done? Thank you for the $3 donation, Tony. I was actually just saying that. I have them pre-opened, but I am going to show them on stream in just a second. I wasn't going to because I didn't think that you were here. I will show in just a second. Did you play Jedi Fallen Order? What did you think? I did live stream it. I live streamed the whole playthrough. I thought it was really good. I am going to be doing a full video review for it within the next couple of days. I might release it on Friday just to coincide with the movie release. I'm not sure yet, though. Don't quote me on that. I will be doing a full in-depth review of the game, but I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a pretty good game. Ha, is it done? Yeah, you know, who knows. Thank you for the $3 donation, though. Rhett is still the top donator and top dominator for $5, so if anyone wants to beat him before the end of stream, go right ahead. Don't pirate. They know and raise prices to compensate. Don't pirate what? I would never be a pirate. I would buy a ticket to a different movie, though, and then just go in the movie I want to see. I just think as Disney took over Star Wars, it turned to shit. I agree. I think that Disney just has I thought Rogue One was good. I know a lot of people don't think that. I thought Rogue One was very good. I really did like it. I thought it was really good. But I don't think anything else has been. Alright, so now that Tony is here, I will show you guys very quickly. I'll make my picture a little bit bigger. I received 2 packages in the mail for the holidays from Mr. Tony in the chat. If you guys do not know, Tony does have a video game website, which I will link in the chat in just a minute. It's called the Geek Getaway. But he talks about a lot of video game stuff as well. But he did send me 2 packages for the holidays. I did pre-open them, so I don't have to rip into them. But they're very themed, okay? We're talking about Star Wars. Guys, I hate Star Wars. I only talk about it to get clicks completely. The first thing is a Baby Yoda mouse pad, which is absolutely adorable. This thing is fucking cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with this exactly. So I have like a really long table, and I have these 6-foot playmats. So Magic the Gathering like playmats, like this type of material. I have a 6-foot long one. So I don't really need a mouse pad, but I need to figure out somewhere to, like, put it, maybe, like, behind me somewhere, but I did receive a Baby Yoda mouse pad, which is absolutely freaking adorable. Love that. Well, why didn't it go through? Tony says, I win with a $2.01 donation. You are top donator, top dominator right now. Thank you for the donation. And I also received a Baby Yoda mug. Man, Baby Yoda is cute. Just saying. I don't know if you guys will be able to read it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys will be able to read it. It says, mine, your love is, and then it's a picture of Baby Yoda. I do think that these are bootleg. I don't think these are official merchandise. I mean, it's great. Disney, come to my house and take them from me. I dare you. Give me 100,000 free subscribers, please. But this is absolutely so cute. I love Baby Yoda, and I think he's so cute. So thank you so much, Tony, for sending these to me. I do very much so appreciate them. Very themed this year. Lots of Baby Yoda is going up. But I will definitely be using this mug. I opened it a little bit earlier, like pre-stream, so like I didn't have to rip into them, and I was like, oh, I should use this. But I waited. I officially opened my package, and thank you, Tony. I very much so appreciate it. It's very, very themed. And really quickly, if you guys are interested, if you guys read more articles and whatnot, here's Tony's website for the 50 of you that are here. There you go. There's his website. It is in chat, The Geek Getaway. He usually posts stuff like once a day, and then he does a lot of reviews and whatnot too. There you guys go. Let me make my face a little bit smaller. So yeah, I will end stream in just a second, you guys. But I will chat with you for another moment. Disney needs to die. I think Disney does a lot of good things. Don't get me wrong. I think that Disney does some things that are good. But I do think that Disney does a lot of bad, and they really don't do a lot that's good. It's very wishy-washy for me. Let me scroll up real quick. Honestly, miss my days of binging Knights of the Old Republic. Those were the days. Seeing how the game was a 50-50 neutral dark side and light side. I've played Knights of the Old Republic. I've played KOTOR and KOTOR 2 probably like 20 times. They are so long, and they are just my favorite games. I love them. I love them so much. Amazing games. They can never remake them, in my opinion. I think that I'm worried because I think that they would try to like remake them, but I don't know if they'd have that flair. I feel like having them with like new graphics and stuff would be amazing, but I worry so much that like they wouldn't have that charm. Maybe they would though. I'm not gonna say they wouldn't because I would buy it at $60. I told my coworkers I'd come laugh at the Rise of Skywalker with them if they'd pay for the seat in the theater. Yeah, I would. So I'm not saying that I'm never going to watch it. I will not pay to go and see the Rise of Skywalker. If someone pays for me, if someone donates me money to go get a ticket, if I'm invited, I would go and see it. But I am not going to pay my money to go and see it, you know? Like, I don't want to support Disney with it because I from the leaks so far from what we've heard, I just don't think that it sounds good. And I think that Disney does not deserve my money. But I will watch it at some point down the line. The Mandalorian is great, but the episodes feel short. I agree. That's my problem with The Mandalorian. Once The Mandalorian's done in 2 weeks, I am going to do like a video on the season wrap-up in my thoughts. But I think that my problem with The Mandalorian is side missions. The whole story is just side missions. You're going through the show. Oh, he's got to do this, he's got to do that, but it's never like you have a point B and you're like there are bumps along the way. It's just all side missions, and that's my problem. It's just they're too short and they just don't feel impactful enough. But I think don't get me wrong, I think that it's good. I think that The Mandalorian's a pretty good show, but it's like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I think that the characters are really great. I just wish there was a bit different of a story going on. Witcher Netflix, hopeful. I am very hopeful for it. I am excited to be able to watch it. When does it launch? It launches Friday, right? I am excited for it. That is definitely a show that I will give a video and my thoughts on, but I'm very excited for it. I'm not going to pay for Disney Plus. I don't pay for it either. I mean, I pay for it. I would never not pay for it. December 20th? Yeah, I am excited for it. All side missions, just like playing Skyrim. Yeah, that's basically what The Mandalorian is. Like, it's all just side missions. And, like, he's got a little bit of, like, NPC romance going on, but then, like, right before they're about to, do the deed, like, it's censored and, like, just blacks out. And nothing happens. It just doesn't happen. Gamers always finding something to complain about? Oh yeah, it's always us just finding something to complain about, even though everything's being ruined by people that want things ruined. Always just us that want things to complain about, that's all. Oh yeah. That's it, alright. What's the music in the background? It is a generic YouTube, like 2-hour-long mix of songs, but I will link it in the chat in case you're interested in it. Mando and the new trilogy both heavily count on nostalgia to hook people. It seems only one is desperate to trash the old characters and kill them. I don't necessarily think that. I actually think that The Mandalorian kind of grips on a different type of audience. Not even like... I feel like it grips... I'm gonna be honest. I think that it grips on more of, like, people that liked the novels and the books that don't really like the new trilogy. And I say that because a lot of things are, like... We see, like, droids that we don't see in the movies, and, like, he's like a Boba Fett type of character, but you have, I'm gonna assume that main female character, like the blacksmith, is Mandalore. We have Mandalore, we have the Mandalorians, we have this sacred group of people. Well, they're not sacred, but, they're kind of sparse now. And we really see kind of their culture. And I think that that's more of something you don't really see in the movies and the shows. You don't really see the culture behind, the races and the religions and all of this in Star Wars. And I feel like it does that a little bit better. And plus, we're also seeing a character with just his morals. We're seeing his morals and, what he thinks is good and what he thinks is bad, even though he's not supposed to think that way. He's supposed to just follow the code and just kind of follow what he's supposed to be doing, hunting. You finish the mission, you finish the bounty, and you really see that him fighting with himself in a sense. And I think that I do agree with Tony. It is a step in the right direction. We just have to hope that it ends good and that season 2 is good as well. Gamers these days have a good reason to complain. Sign of the times. I know, gamers. Gamers are complainers. Hi, Vera. I need to know your opinion about the 2004 Star Wars Republic Commando. It's one of the greatest Star Wars video games of all time. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hot take. I think that KOTOR is better. I prefer KOTOR, like the RPG-esque style that it is. I think that Republic Commando's good. I think that, like, the Jedi Academy games are good. But I feel like they're here, and KOTOR is, like, up here. Like, they're not on the same level to me. I do think that they're good, but I wouldn't say they're, like, one of the best video games of all time. KOTOR is one of the best video games of all time, in my opinion. Might be a hot take, but yeah. Yeah, we'll always complain. It's not like it's our money paying for these games. Exactly, I know, right? But I think I am going to wrap up the stream in just a moment. Thank you guys for stopping by tonight. I very much so appreciate it. I love the Old Republic era of Star Wars. I do too. If any of you play Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO, hit me up. Currently playing it 22 hours a day, except for live streams and an hour of sleep. I don't blame you because Republic Commando needed to be longer. Yeah. It's not like they're trying to be predatory with microtransactions or anything. It's not like they lie, and it's not like they censor everything. It's not like they censor characters. No. Not at all. But yes, I am going to end the live stream. If you guys have not already, please make sure to like the live stream. If you have not seen today's video, it was about Star Wars. I did talk about the rise of Skywalker and the leaks being practically confirmed. If you are not already, please consider supporting the channel by subscribing, and also consider checking out the description and becoming a Patreon and a supporter. You can for just $1 a month. It really helps support the channel. Next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing another discussion stream. We do these once a week in case you are new here. But thank you guys so much for stopping by tonight. If you are not a part of the Discord as well, please make sure to join the Discord. Pretty active there. We chat quite a lot there. I almost forgot to say it. But yes, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and have a fantastic night, everybody.